Why don't you start us off with your number one quarterback for your all-time team, or just give us all your quarterbacks and tell us why.
Well, the quarterbacks that I'm picking from here is Slinging Sammy Baugh, old Washington Redskin from back in the days, back in the 40s. Here's a guy that was a kicker, he was a cornerback, and he was a quarterback, and he just never left the field. Never. He wasn't kicking, he was a quarterback, and he was a cornerback. And he still holds the interception records for the Washington Redskins to this day. And he would be somewhere around 140 years old if he was still alive. So that's quite a record.
Yeah.
Then, of course, I have Joe Montana, 4 Super Bowls, the San Francisco dynasty of the 80s. Otto Graham, 6 out of 10 championships. This is pre-Super Bowl era. That would be 6 Super Bowls today.
Yeah.
But there are also 12-game seasons. So I don't want to play this man down. You say 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
And, of course, we're looking at somebody who's still playing today.
Yep.
And
you have to.
And an anomaly, something that's I'll be 80 years old in a couple of weeks. I'll never see this again. And I'm just appreciating what I see. And whenever I see this man, and that was, of course, to be Tom Brady.
Yeah.
An actual living legend that we're watching to this day. And maybe it's last year, and maybe not. You never know. George Blanda was around when he was 50.
Jeez.
But he wasn't a living legend. This is I don't know. I'm just happy to be alive to see this. Here's a person, 7 out of 10 Super Bowls. The only team that beat him was the Eagles and the Giants. And I was happy to see him lose that one year. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was rooting for him when he signed with the Bucks. And I'm kind of rooting for him again this year. Although I would like to see Matt Stafford win his second bowl and qualify for the Hall of Fame, in my opinion, because I was always a Matt Stafford fan. He always wanted a good team, and he got a good team, and he did something with it, and I'm really happy for the man. Put it out there. He did his job, a la Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't want to forget Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
And my list of quarterbacks.
Okay.
I guess that does it for me.
Fox Sports Bet Book really likes that one.
Yeah. Zach, what's yours? And Uncle Chucky. I know you're not. I don't even know if he watches it, but shout out to.
He'll watch this episode for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my list. I have 2 quarterbacks, 1 starter, 1 backup. And my starter had to be Tom Brady. It literally had to be. I don't think it could have been anyone else.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Super Bowls speak for themselves. Dude's going to play till I die. Like, geez, he might. Tom Brady, dude.
Yeah,
He's going to play for another 80 years, don't you know?
Yeah, I'm going to have a kid, and then he's going to be watching him when he's 80.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this guy is 125 years old still, just dropping dimes to Rob Gronkowski Jr.
Yeah, right. Rob Gronkowski the third.
Yeah, the third, the fourth, all of them.
Yeah.
All the Gronkowskis are going to eat.
Yeah. And then my backup quarterback, crazy to hear that this guy's backup quarterback on this team, but Peyton Manning is nuts. Give this guy, some solid receivers in Denver, a great scheme, and literally breaks every single passing record for a single season.
Yeah.
And, dude read defenses better than anyone. He might have read defenses better than Brady did.
Yeah.
Maybe the most captain of an offense the NFL's ever seen. Just he wasn't an athlete, and kind of fits the mold of Brady. It's just he didn't win as much.
Yeah. That concludes yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my dad's list as well.
Uncle Chuck. Yes.
I would have to agree with Peyton Manning because he called his own plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah.
This is something that last person I knew to call his own plays was Ron Jaworski in 1980.
Yeah.
And so you talk about reading defenses and making snap decisions and thinking on your feet. And I'd have to give to Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Because Tom Brady called quite a few of his own plays, but not nearly all of them.
Yeah.
Belichick ran that team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think arguably you can make an argument that I think Peyton changed the game more than Brady did. Like, Brady's the most successful football player ever.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But in terms of changing the game, like, I think Peyton sort of forced in like those mid-between years, like when they had Randy Moss, when they had like all the star guys that are in the Hall of Fame now, the only one that really pushed them was Manning when he was with the Colts, and then Manning when he was with Denver.
Yeah.
And he forced sort of Tom Brady to do the fake snaps, to do the, and then get somebody to, I know they're coming from over here now. So he kind of, I think he made, and now everyone looks for that in a quarterback.
Yeah.
Now you need to have a good cadence. You need to be able to read a defense, all because of Peyton Manning.
He's the prototype gunslinger quarterback.
Yeah.
What you need to lead an offense nowadays. And I mean, nowadays people are looking at more mobile quarterbacks. Peyton Manning could not run at all, but he didn't need to. And that puts him over the edge.
Yeah.
My dad's list, Tom Brady, starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And also already mentioned Joe Montana, second quarterback as well.
Yeah, that's you can't leave that guy out. Even though I did, but that's whatever. This is my opinion, but I got Tom Brady number 1. Obviously because of everything that you guys said. The number 2, I have John Elway. I know that's not kind of like it's not the prototypical pick for number 2, but I think a lot of people are looking back at what John Elway did, and they're like, we need a guy to do that. Like, they're looking at the fact that, like, wait, this guy, he broke like 3 tackles in the backfield. Like, Tom Brady's not doing that. Like, Tom Brady, you hit Tom Brady's going down. But, like, this guy is dancing, he's moving, he's able to move the pocket. He's like, his offensive linemen have to be in sync with him. Like, they have to be athletic enough to keep up with him because he's moving around and doing all these different things. And he was just so much better than everyone in the NFL at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think everyone was chasing Dan Marino because of his, how gifted he was to play the ball, to play football. But John was just like, he put everything together. I don't think his arm was as strong. I don't think he was as accurate, but he put a lot of the stuff, like, just being able to make plays. And then on top of that, again, you had to bring in guys like Shannon Sharp and Terrell Davis to help him win. But I don't know. To me, John Elway's kind of his style of play transcended through all the different, like there's a John Elway of every single solitary generation of quarterback. There's somebody that plays like John Elway, and we're always like, oh, that guy's one of the best. So that's why I have him in there.
Modern era, that's Ben Roethlisberger, just retired.
Mm-hmm.
And
exactly.
John Elway-ish. So.
Yeah, like mobile, but he was just a big dude. Like, you could hit Ben and he just shook it off.
Ben wasn't necessarily mobile, but you needed more than one defender to bring him down in the backfield.
Because he was so big. He was like 6'5",
Massive
260. Yeah, big dude. So, John Elway's my number 2, and then number 3 is Sammy Ball. Just to tip of the cap to the old guy. He invented the forward pass.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of hard to put anybody else against the person that invented what we're doing so well. But no discredit to anybody else. But Sammy Ball is my 3rd on my list of quarterbacks.